So for this video, I'm going to walk you guys through a glute routine that I do, incorporating some of the MoveNat exercises as well as a couple other ones. This first one, I am actually doing natural based movement lunges on a half dome. A half dome is just a foam roller that is cut in half. You see this a lot with stability work that people will work on. This for me is mimicking more of a log that I'll walk across. For this lunge, my feet are on a center line versus being kind of spread apart is what you're going to see with a normal walking stride lunge. I'm usually doing about 4 to 6 reps per side. This is really about precision. I'm wanting quality reps with this. This is going to require a lot more stability out of not only my ankles but my glutes as well, so I'm feeling more activation with that. I can do this under load where I might hold on to a medicine ball or something like that. Typically, if somebody's first starting out, I won't have them do that. Really, we just want to work on the fact that I'm sinking the hip down and back, and then I'm not striding out, which is the second I do that, my hip will go back and my glute will become more active because of that. After that, I'm doing the balance beam, and I'm actually doing a suitcase carry, so I'm holding on to a weight on one side of my body. As I walk across this, I'm actually leading with the toes and not the heels, because I'm wanting to feel the environment out with my toes to make sure that it is secure before I commit to that step. This is more of the MoveNat style of doing the balance beam. With this, one of the things that I always tell clients is speed hides inefficiencies. So you'll see me do this really, really slow. I'm working on ankle stability, and then as I work on that, I'm actually trying to gain stability with everything upstream. So it's going to my knees, to my hips, to my glutes. So I go down with the weight, and then I'll actually turn around and I'll head back with the weight on the other side. This pull is also going to make it so that my opposite lower oblique has to be more active, but more importantly, I have to actually create intra-abdominal pressure so the internal components to my abs or my midsection is active so that I don't just completely slouch to the side that the weight is being held on. So for this, I just go down and back like that one time on each side. After that, we have hip ups or glute bridges. I have a band around the knees. This just makes the glutes more active because as the band is trying to pull the knees in, I'm pushing out against that, and that's going to make my glutes more active. For this, I'm doing 8 regular reps with a kettlebell overhead. It adds a little bit of weight, but what I'm really wanting here is to make sure that my shoulder blades are kind of held nicely in place with this, and I'm not trying to leverage my arms to assist me at all. Now, here in a second, you're going to see me switch my kettlebell to one arm, and I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to actually go to the top of the movement, and I'm going to extend the opposite leg to the arm that's holding the kettlebell. So for these first 3, I'm doing 6 total on this one. The first 3, I'm going to put my hand across my stomach, making sure that I have intra-abdominal pressure there. So I'm breathing through my nose into the belly, filling that with air so that when I'm at the top, I'm more stable in this movement. Leg goes out straight, I come back down. And then I come up, I take that pause, I extend the leg out, I bring it back. For the 3 after this, I'll actually put my hand to my side. This is going to allow me to actually brace my body. So now, instead of me focusing so much on the intra-abdominal pressure portion of it, because I can brace against the floor, I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on how much I can get out of the glute. I'll still do the 3 per side, and then I'll actually switch to the other side here. The weight makes it so that that tension goes across the body, and we're one big X is what I like to tell people, but opposite shoulder to opposite hip, all the muscles in between are going to become more active. And if you've seen diagrams and anatomy diagrams of the body, I mean, we have all of our muscles interconnected, but they do form this giant X across the body. So I'm wanting to reinforce what I call this sling across the body by doing these kind of contralateral patterns. So the contralateral pattern here is the kettlebell is when my left arm and my right leg is extending on that side. So I'm going to require more out of my right portion of my, not on my obliques, but my internal components to my stomach. So I'll run through this whole thing about 2 to 3 times for that. So hopefully this gives you a unique perspective on some other exercises that you can do for the glutes. Thanks for watching, guys.